Strangest Sasquatch story ever told. I added the Sasquatch. It falls in the right category on YouTube. But the manuscript was by Harry Cope, and his daughter Virginia Cope published it around 1970, about 100 years after the incident happened. And about 100 years before that incident happened, a landslide took out the whole village. So it's also known as the Bay of Death. But anyway, the Red Star, that's where the little village is. And the Half Moon Lake is further south, east, and there's the canoe route. I'm just guessing if that's it. I mean, that's all the description the story gives you. So, anyway, pretty cool. There's probably the lake where Charlie made his way over in his canoe to check out mineral possible deposits in the area because of gold flecks in a rock he returned with one day. Um, so anyway, I thought of the story because I was out hiking with my wife in the highlands of northeastern Ontario. This is actually on the trail, maybe a little bit north of the trail here, but up in there I came across dual sets of prints, a 17 inch and 14 inch. And I'm going to post that video later because it's just too long to add to this. So, yeah, so hiking around the highlands and we come across prints and there's cliffs and everything. So I thought of this story. So here it is. Hey, I ever tell you the strangest story ever told?
I don't think so.
Um, it's kind of creepy, so I don't know if you want to hear it, considering that my wife and I, we just found a dual set of tracks. See where the clearing is over there? 14 inch and 17 inch walking like together in line. Um, 17 inch was almost 7-ish across. 14 inch, I forget, 5-6 inches across the ball of, and going uphill like kind of like that, whatever that is, almost 45, and 50. I think it was 55 inches for the bigger one and 30, 36 or something for the smaller one. But anyway, the strangest story ever told. Back in 1870, prospector up in Thomas Bay, Alaska, which is also called Bay of Death because landslide wiped out the town. These three guys, there's four of them, but the one guy whose name's Charlie and the other three guys' names, it's a Henry Cope story, manuscript from the 1900s. But anyway, this prospector got wind of a gold strike through. He returned with a rock, with lots of quartz in it, but had flecks of gold in it too, and that caught the interest of these prospectors, and they wanted to know where this location was. And Charlie made an agreement. No, Henry's the author. Charlie made an agreement with the guides that if he tells them that they'll pay for his ticket to Seattle from Alaska, and doesn't want anything to do with it. And they thought that was really strange. They didn't want anything to do with it. And then he told them his story, how he was looking for gold deposits, and he got this wind of an area called Half Moon Lake, not far from Thomas Bay. Um, and he was looking for, he's canoed in there, and he climbed a hill like this, I guess. Maybe obviously bigger, being Alaska. And he found a little bit of a vein or something, and then covered it up. Broke his rifle, trying to break open some of the quartz to see if there's a bigger vein of gold. So then he hiked up to the top of the hill to pick out some markers, like the tallest trees, like maybe like over there. And then he could see a couple locations of where he canoed through. And he's looking around, and he noticed this down off the cliff. There were these, he called them devils because they weren't man and they weren't monkey, but they're all covered in hair. They stunk, and they started screaming and climbing right up the rock face at him.
Holy.
Yeah, and he said he could smell them even at the bottom of the cliff face, where he happened to just catch them. They seen him first, and
So was it like a water ravine with water?
No,
Or?
no, no, just at the bottom of a hill, like kind of like here. If we were to
Uh-huh.
go over there, just trees and stuff. And so he took off running towards his canoe, and they climbed up the sheer face of the cliff, um, several of them, and they were like, you know, all vying for to be the first one to get their hands on this intruder. And they were screaming, and he could smell them. He could see that they had open sores in the areas that weren't covered by hair. And he was running down the mountain. I'm not gonna run, but he was running down the mountain back to his canoe, and he just left his supplies, his little hammer and everything. Um, and he dove into his canoe and drifted out into the lake, and they followed him right down to the lake, the shoreline. These Sasquatch clan that he stumbled into their territory, but he was calling them devils.
Right.
And he spent the night on the lake, sleeping in the bottom of his canoe in the middle. And then in the morning, when it was obviously more light to get his way home, he went back and he showed the guys the rock, and then told them the story. And he says, "No, I want out of here. You can have that location. I want out of here. I want nothing to do with Thomas Bay ever again."
No
So
doubt.
that's basically a true story as far as recording, documenting, going. It's a book now.
All right, so pretty cool story. There's my footing hat. I don't know if people might want to think about purchasing that. I got a couple different designs: black, brown, and maybe a white Sasquatch. But if you're interested, leave a comment below, and I'll see what the costs are if I run off a few. But they're custom embroidered. But thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.